Welcome back to The Dish. Dr. Petersen from Holtorf Medical Group back on the show. And I love this today because looking in the mirror can be an indicator of your health. Dr. Petersen, what should we be looking for in the mirror?
Anything that bothers you is the reality, because we perceive attractiveness based on what's healthy. It's really weird that biologically we're programmed that way, but we like full hair. Why do we like the full hair? Because it indicates that you have a healthy thyroid and you have enough iron and you have enough zinc. That's why we like it. It's a reflection of your health. And biologically, we want to mate with somebody that's healthy.
What if your hair is thinning? What could that mean?
You're not
it can mean a lot of things. Really. That's exactly
Basically,
right.
you'll be mating with no one.
I actually love, there are some good no hair looks out there now.
Tony has one.
But exactly,
Yes.
but if you are worried about it, if you are seeing like it's patchy, what does that mean?
If you're very young, alopecia areata, it's oftentimes low thyroid. That's when a little kid is no hair, and you're like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, check the thyroid. If you're older, it could be Cushing's, it could be Addison's. Those are sort of two opposite sides, but either too high or too low of cortisol.
So how do we find out about these things? We need to go to someone like you and do blood tests, and because how do we find out how to fix these issues?
That's part of the issue, and it's my opinion that if you have something like, say you have really brittle nails, and you show your doctor and he says, well, no big deal. Well, physical signs of illness are just as important as blood tests. I mean, your blood is not somehow more informative than your skin or your nails or your hair or your complexion. All of those things are just as real and just as valid as if I do a blood test. So if I check your thyroid, I do a TSH, and it's normal. But you say, this is still weird. I'm losing my hair, my nails are thin, my skin is cracked, my eyes are dry. You need to keep looking.
All right, so you mentioned skin. What should we be looking for with skin?
There's a lot of things. If you have a low human growth hormone, for instance, you'll get lots of very fine wrinkles earlier than you otherwise would. Or you could have what's called vasopressin deficiency. That's the antidiuretic hormone. That keeps water in us. And so if that is low, that's a pituitary hormone, then we'll always look a little drier. And if you take somebody's hand and you sort of squeeze it together, and they have really fine wrinkles.
Means they don't have enough water?
Could have low vasopressin.
Shoot, I need more water.
Well, you don't drink enough, Nisha. You're the soda queen, and that upsets me.
And that doesn't help your skin? Darn it.
That's
No,
right.
but let's not confuse thinning hair with baldness. Some people just go naturally bald.
Sure. You're absolutely right. There is a genetic propensity for that, and actually we inherit that more from our mother's side than our father's side.
All right, so what underlying health conditions can trigger changes in our appearance? You mentioned a few, but let's do a list.
Well, most. So I don't know how to answer that question. Heart disease, for instance, you can have little splinter hemorrhages in your nails.
Really?
So if you see little things that it looks like a splinter, but it's under your nail, well, you probably ought to have your heart evaluated.
And what about diabetes?
Oh, diabetes, there's a lot. Skin tags around your neck or under your arm.
Oh.
That's a good indicator.
That's a sign of diabetes.
That's a sign of diabetes.
Wow.
Another one is if you've got like a sort of dark color under your neck, under your breast, under your arms, just a little dusky color, diabetes.
What about anemia?
Hold on, one more for diabetes.
Go ahead.
The yellowing
I'm
of your
loving
nails. If your nails seem a little yellow,
It's not from my spray tan.
that's not, it could be, but it could also be diabetes.
Cheetos,
Or nail fungus. Those are all diabetes, signs of diabetes, yeah.
Okay, so back to anemia.
Okay.
What should you look for?
Thin hair. If you have anemia, you have low iron. So your hair will become more thin. You'll be, of course, more pale. You'll feel tired. That's not a physical thing you'll see in the mirror, but those are probably the three biggest, just thin hair and pale complexion.
I want to say, Dr. Petersen, a lot of these things, yes, they medically go wrong with your body because some people it just happens to them. Some people get sick all the time. But it stems a lot back to good food. A really balanced diet, doesn't it, really?
And those are like, if you have low vitamin C, your gums will bleed easier. If you have low zinc, then your thyroid won't work, so you'll have thin hair, you'll have dry skin. If you have low B vitamins, then you'll have problems with your skin as well, because B vitamins are responsible for making estrogen, which if your estrogen is low, your skin will not be as radiant. That's why men have thicker, coarse skin and women have nice, soft skin. So B vitamins, you can see that a woman may have deficiency in those if her skin is not as soft.
Everyone's at home right now like this.
I was thinking when I'm off air, I'm going to be checking under my arms. I'm like,
well, and I do it at the mall. I'll look at somebody and I'll think, oh, she has low growth hormone. She has low
You can
thyroid.
really
you know, everyone's going to be like
I
this
don't know
with
that
you
I'm
from
right,
now on.
but I'm looking at it and thinking that should be checked, that should be checked,
What
that
does
should be checked.
Holtorf Medical Group do to help situations like this? And I mean, can you just ask your doctor?
Yes, absolutely. Ask your doctor and have them do those tests. And if they don't find anything, I think you need to keep looking because there's more than one test, and that's my frustration with it.
Yeah.
Is that we do one test and say no, you don't have that problem.
And that's
well,
it.
I have 5 physical signs of it. Do more tests. That's
Some
what we
people
do.
are too
Do more
scared to
tests.
ask, though.
It's
Dr.
true, you're
Petersen,
intimidated
They go, oh yeah,
about
well
it.
he said it's right. I'm always about next question,
Follow
next
up.
Yeah,
question.
yeah. No,
next
you're right. If
question.
you have like the diabetics, especially if you've gained weight, you've got skin tags, you've got this dark color, you better find out because it's only getting worse. Please come and let us get it better.
Yeah.
Holtorf Medical Group is located in Utah County. That's their information right there on your screen. Great place to start with those questions about your health. Go to abc4.com/dailydish for all the information.
Thanks for coming in again, Dr. Petersen. Always a source of knowledge.
Coming up next on the show, it's our trend of the day. Would you spend $800 on a t-shirt?
Well, I'll need to go
No?
to the doctor to think about that.
Start laughing. People are. We'll show you when we come back.